Welcome to Yoga with Dora. Come into a comfortable seated position. Allow yourself to just arrive to the mat in the position that feels effortless for you, and you can just arrive to the mat. Roll the shoulders back, wiggle around until you find that your perfect spot. May be different for all of us. Legs can be straight out, you can be into constructive rest. Close your eyes when you're ready for it. And start to align your body. The top of the head gently reaching up to the sky, like you want to poke your head above these nasty clouds, and you want to reach above the clouds when the sun is shining. And at the same time, you're rooting down with the sit bone, this lovely foundation. And in between these 2 points, you're creating space for the spine. You're creating this freedom, this lovely, lovely flow in the spine. Once you're happy with your physical position, connect with the breath. Ride this beautiful rhythm of rising and falling, nourishing and releasing, expanding and contracting. Notice how your belly is moving with the inhalation and the exhalation. On the inhalation, breathing through the nostril, letting the lungs fill up completely, letting the diaphragm move down and letting the belly expand. And on the exhalation, reversing this process, giving a little bit of help with this pumping the navel towards the spine, squeezing all the air out, exhaling out through the nostrils. In yoga we say nose is for breathing, the mouth is for talking and eating. So just settle here, fully enjoying the breath here. Maybe plaster a smile on. Maybe a bit more challenging today with the weather we are having, but that's exactly the time when we're bringing the inner warmth, the inner sunshine. Settle in with the breath. Feel this complete filling up and complete cleansing of releasing the air from the lungs. When we come to conscious breathing, the volume of oxygen that comes into the lungs just expands. Cells get more nourishment. Every single cell can function more effectively. Now bring the hands together, connect the thumbs to the heart center, palms softly touching together, preparing to tune in with our Om mantra 3 times to raise the energy in us, around us. Making our intention here in the vibration of this beautiful sound, the sound of the universe. And relax the hands, open up the eyes. Starting with the Kepala body cleansing. It's a cleansing kriya. The inhalation just happens naturally. The exhalation, you quite, not so much forcefully, but with energy, you bring the navel to the spine, pumping the energy up. Really activates the fire center and it clears the chest and the head. Very good for lifting our mood, lifting our energy, and it's a detoxifying, cleansing practice. We're going to do 3 times 30. You can go with the rhythm that I'm going, which is, sometimes we do that, we go slow, medium, fast. Today I'm just going to go fast, 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 because if you've been practicing and you want to try it, I want to give you that opportunity. But of course you can go slow, medium, fast, or slow the whole way. Especially if you have any blood pressure conditions which are not medicated, you can get dizzy here, so just go really slowly, then whatever your body feels comfortable with. After we do 30, we're going to take an inhalation, hold the breath in until you feel comfortable, and we let it out. Okay? So let's start with our Kapalabhati. Keep the face nice and soft, shoulders relaxed, so all the movement is coming from here. Inhaling and exhaling through the nostrils. Relax in between rounds, maybe close your eyes, notice how this tiny control of the breath makes you feel. If you're dizzy, stop or just go slowly. If you feel good about it, then continue with the fast rhythm. Second round. Only hold it in until it's comfortable. Breath retention is more of an advanced form. We're using Kapalabhati for cleansing, so whatever just feels comfortable. We don't want to hold the breath for a long time if you feel that you have a lot of toxins in the body. Third round. Notice how you're feeling. Close your eyes maybe. And the breath is such a powerful tool. We start to experience very big shifts in our mind and our body once we start working with the breath. And then open up the eyes. Let's come into our backs. You can put the block underneath the head if you wish to. And just relax down to the floor. Shimmy the shoulder blades out. Press the lower back down. Get comfortable here. Relax in here. Bring the right leg in, give the right leg a lovely little hug, squeeze that right leg in. So when we are in this pose, wind releasing pose, we're using marma points. Marma points are acupressure or acupuncture points in the body that when you press them, you activate certain energies. So when you bring that leg in, you're massaging the right side of the body, the internal organs. Just breathe in there. Inhale. Exhale. One more deep breath. Just bring that leg in as much as you feel comfortable, so you feel that pressure, that massage in the right side of the body. And then extend the right leg up, interlace the hands behind, roll the shoulders back. You can use a belt or a scarf, making sure that the shoulders and the neck are relaxed. And we're going to work a little bit on the toes. Keep the gaze on the toes. Exhale, crunch the toes together like you want to make like a fist with the toes. And on the inhalation, extend the fingers, the toes away. Try to bring a gap between them. Exhale, scrunch them up. Keep the gaze on the toes. Inhale, open up. 3 more times in your own time. Really try to scrunch it up as much as you can, opening up the energy centers in the feet, massaging the feet, opening up. Bring the toes towards you. I think this is the last one. And come back. Moving into the ankles. Inhale, point the toes, try to reach the toes towards the ceiling. Exhale, try to tickle your nose with your toes. Exhale to the ceiling. Inhale, pushing the heel towards the floor, toes towards you. 3 more times. Breathing with the movement. And the last one, relaxing the hands down, coming into the Yogic Bicycle. Heel pushing away, toe coming towards you. Active right leg. Lower the right leg with this feeling of pushing that heel far, far away. Toe is coming towards you. And then just before you will reach the ground, when the lower back is still down on the floor, exhale, bend the knee and bring that knee towards the nose. Inhale, reach the heel up. Lower the leg with control, keeping the lower back down, activating the core already. And then bending the leg, bringing the leg in. 3 more cycles in your own time. If your knee is starting to like making this click, click, click noise, then just do with raising the leg, straight leg, up and down, okay? So be mindful if your knees or your hips are making funny sounds, then just lengthen away and raise and release the leg with straight leg like this. I'm just showing it for the last one. Okay, and I think we had the 5. If we had the 5, cross that right leg across the left. Just open up here in the figure 4, the supine pigeon here. Maybe use that right heel of the wrist just to push that right leg away gently, creating an opening here. Releasing the hip. We talked about this pandemic can stir up lots of emotions in us. So just connecting to the base of the spine and the hips for sure, still grounding, building the foundations here. 2 more breaths in here. Try to keep the hips evenly down, pressing the lower back down, shoulders and the neck relaxed. I like to put the block on the knees because then the chin can come in. And with the chin lock, you're massaging the thyroids. As opposed to the tech neck, when you're bringing the neck in and you're looking down. So this one, you're looking up, but the chin is in. So the back of the neck is lengthened, not overextended, like in the tech neck when you're looking at your phone, but top of the head reaching away from the sit bone. And we had 5, so come back down. And extend the legs away. Just have a mini reflection between the 2 sides. I feel like one leg is almost reaching the radiator, the other one is still close to the mat. I know it's a bit of an exaggeration, but I can really feel the energy opening up in the right side, and just visualize it, the flow of prana, blood flow, circulation in that right hip leg all the way. Let's do the other side. Bring the leg in, hug the leg in, and it may be gentle, these sequences. 5 deep breaths, hugging that left leg in deep. So you know, sometimes we just go nice and soft. This time, if you can, hug that leg in, so massaging the left side. These gentle sequences, when we're creating space and releasing tension, are really the foundations for being active, doing gardening, doing all the shopping, running, any kind of dancing, weights, whatever you feel like, bicycling, whatever you feel like doing for the rest of the time. So the same way, working on the base of the spine, the hips, the legs, core is the foundation for us being strong, the breast being open. These stretches are the foundations for creating this subtleness, because when you have really tight muscles, really tight body, if you start running or gardening or any kind of activity, there is a bigger chance, unfortunately, of injuring yourself when there is tightness. When it's subtleness, it can just bounce back. Stretching that left leg up, extending up, interlacing the 10 fingers behind, coming into the toe crunches. Exhale, crunch those left toes up. Inhale, open them up, separate them. Really paying all the attention to the toes. We should be able to see them now all the time in our sandals, but that is not the case. So giving them a little bit of TLC. Now here. 3. 4. And 5. Moving into the ankle stretches, point the toes, and then flex that leg, keeping the gaze on the anchor, nourishing that anchor. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. So sorry. Exhale, point. Inhale, flex. Last one. Releasing the hands down, coming into our cycle. So you have the options of the straight leg or having the legs bent when you're coming back. Lower that left leg with control, pushing the heel away, toe is coming towards you before you reach the ground, and you need to lift the lower back. Bring that leg in on the exhalation. Inhale, extend up, nice and strong. Exhale, bend the knee and bring it back. If you have the leg straight, it's the same on the inhalation, you're going down, and on the exhalation, you're coming back. 3. 4. And 5. Crossing the left leg over the right now. Leg is flexed. Using the left heel, the wrist, gently pushing away that left leg, creating a little bit of space in that left hip. And the psoas as well in the front as you're pushing the hand away, but keeping the hips evenly on the floor. Breathing into there. Release the legs, stretch it out just to have a little bit of a confirmation. Yes, both are almost at the radiator. I know they're not, I'm just checking on the video, but they feel like they're going there. Bending the knees, and perception, what we tell ourselves will become our reality. Taking the block away from the head. If you had it, you can have it without the block, but I find it is a little bit of an extra when you squeeze the block. So bringing the block, come down closer to the groin, into the slim fit, chin tucked in, and we're going to come into a little bit of a core. Bringing the hands behind, interlacing the hands at the base of the skull, elbows piercing towards the ceiling. On the inhalation, tucking the tailbone under, pressing the lower back down, hollowing the belly. On the exhalation, keeping the lower body like how it is, and then just lifting up with the shoulder blades. On the inhalation, squeezing a little bit on the glutes and squeezing the block, inner thighs. And on the exhalation, relaxing everything, arriving back onto the floor. If you're familiar already, then you can go with the legs bent or 90 degrees all the way up. Second round. Inhale, tuck the tailbone under, press the lower back down, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, come up with the shoulder blades, hollow the belly down, keep the lower back down. Inhale, lift and squeeze a little higher, shaking is good. Exhale, come down, relax. Not for long. Inhale, tuck the tailbone under, lift the sit bones. Exhale, come up with the shoulder blades, gaze is up, you're coming up rather than in. Inhale, lift the sit bone, squeeze on the block. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, tuck the tailbone under, lift the soles of the feet towards the ceiling if you have the legs straight. Exhale, come up with the shoulder blades, navel to the spine, hollow the belly. Inhale, lift a little higher, squeeze on the glute, on the block. Exhale, come back, glute squeezing as well, but inner thighs comes in. Inhale, tuck the tailbone under, lift, squeeze the glute. Exhale, come up with the chest, shoulder blades lift up, coming from the core rather than the head. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Exhale, come down. Let's come down all the way. Have a bit of a break. You can take the block away, bring the knees in, and give yourself a lovely cuddle. We're going to have one more round. If your lower back is sensitive, keep the legs down and squeeze the block there. You can have the 90 degrees angle. Try to keep the knees in line with the hips, or you can have the legs extending. Second round. Bring the block back. Elbows towards the ceiling. Inhale, squeeze and lift the pelvis. Exhale, come up with the chest. Inhale, squeeze on the block, lift a little bit higher. Exhale, come down. Inhale, tuck the tailbone under, lift and squeeze. Exhale, come up with the shoulder blades, press the lower back down, squeeze the glute. Inhale, squeeze a little higher, block between the inner thighs activated. Exhale, come down halfway there. Inhale, tuck the tailbone under, reach up with the legs. Exhale, come up with the shoulder blades, coming up from the core. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, come down. Last from this. Inhale, tuck the tailbone under, reach up. Keep the lower back down. Exhale, come up with the chest, hollow the belly. Inhale, lift and squeeze a little bit more. Everything is tightening up. Exhale, release all the way down. Come down, take your block away, bring the knees in, give yourself a cuddle. I'm hoping that we did have the 4. And hoping you're feeling a little bit of warmth here. Nice and soft. Bring the legs as wide as the mat, the feet as wide as the mat. Hands come to a nice about T position and come rocking from side to side here. So bringing both knees towards the right and then rocking back to the center, rocking to the left. Just whatever your range of movement is, you can be staying here a little bit, feeling the stretch in the front of the abdominals, lengthening the psoas muscle. The muscle in the front is really good for releasing tension, trauma. All these things that are creating this tightness in the body are just memories that the mind copes with, the things that the mind cannot cope with.
sort of shuts down and puts it away, a little bit of a compartment. The body, unfortunately, stores it as well, but the body shows it by aches and pains and tightness. But the good thing is that what we can see, we can work with. So when we feel the tightness, we know that there is something there and we can work on there. Bring the legs back. Just the last one here on our back, a bridge roll. Bring the block, the medium level between the legs, just underneath the knees. And then bring the hands to the side, palms facing down, shoulders open, and we're gonna come into the bridge rolls. So on the inhalation, tucking the tailbone under, lifting the sit bones, lower back, middle back, upper back, arriving to the top and squeezing on that block. Make sure that your chin is tucked in. Make sure that you activated the glutes, you activated the core, you're hollowing the belly out, and then the thighs are reaching towards the ceiling, and at the same time the inner thighs are squeezing on that block. Lots of things going on, but notice that the upper body, the arms, the shoulders and the neck are like having the time of their life. They're relaxing, and then the core muscles are firing up and creating all that warmth and strength. And the feet are really stable, rooting down on the floor. So come up as high as you can. Push that hip towards the ceiling. Feel that lift. As you're lifting up, feel that your chest is opening. Your chin is tucked in, so you're still massaging that thyroid. Such a beneficial, lovely pose, half bridge. And just 2 more breaths in here. Give it all the lift that you can. One more breath in here. Inhale, and on the exhalation, slowly come down with control. Release the block. Just stack the knees on top of the hips and come into gentle little circles, massaging. And the other way as well. Little clicks may be heard. And then we're going to rock up to a seated position. If your lower back is happy, then bring the hands on the knees and take a few little rocks. So you're massaging along the spine. If your lower back is sensitive, just turn to the side and use your hands and the elbow to come up, but give this little massage if you're okay with that. And then rocking up into a seated position, bringing the legs, and you can sit on the block if you wish to, or blanket, but you don't have to. Coming up into our seated position, and then extending the right leg out, keeping the left leg still in. So again, we're using a marma point, that we're pushing the heel towards the groin and we're bringing the left sole of the foot on the inner thigh. So we're massaging on marma points, activating energy. It's like pressing these little paws, you know, like think about like the garden hose when there is like an obstruction in there and then the water cannot flow, and sometimes all you have to do is step on it so the flow stops completely, and when you step off, the big rush may open up that channel. So think about that. That is what we're doing with our breath in the postures. Relax the right hand on the thigh, under the knees, wherever you feel like it. Extend that left arm up, roll the shoulders back, and on the exhalation, come into your side bend, sliding the hands down until you feel comfortable. Keep the length in both sides of the spine, so try not to collapse on the right side. Reach up, relax that ear to the shoulder, right ear to the right shoulder, and just open up. 5 deep breaths in here.
Now slowly reach up, extend up, bring the hands down. Notice the sensations in the right side of the left side of the body. And then we're going to swap sides. Left leg going out, right leg coming in. Just stabilize yourself. Relax the left hand on the thigh, underneath the knees, everywhere where you feel comfortable. Extend the right arm up. And on the exhalation, release into your side bend. Stack the shoulders on top of each other. Find the space in both sides of the waistline. Breathe. One more breath. Slowly extend up. Relax that right hand down and notice the sensations on the right side. Then make your way into the all fours. Just release into a couple of cat cows. Align your position, wrist directly underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. On the inhalation, you'd let the belly come towards the floor and you open up, come into your U shape in the spine. And on the exhalation, you're tucking the tailbone under. You're bringing the navel to the spine, letting the head hang. You're creating as much of an arch in the back as you feel comfortable with for today. Continue for a few more cycles in your own time. Cat cow is a really good posture to come back to regularly, daily if possible, and just taking stock of what's going on in the spine. Do you feel a certain point that feels sensitive? Can you release it with the breath? Daily checking in will really help you to get to know what's going on. Try to enjoy it like a dance with your breath. Coming back into the neutral position, preparing for the downward facing dog, tucking the toes under, pushing the sit bone back towards the back of the room, like trying to stack the hips on top of the legs, lengthening the hands forward. And then taking a stroll between the hands, arriving into the forward fold, letting the head hang here. Just maybe rocking from side to side, even interlacing the hands if the hands come to the floor and they are in the way. Creating this letting go, surrendering to gravity kind of swinging motion. Coming back to the center, releasing the hands. Inhaling, coming up halfway, rolling the shoulders back. Exhaling, releasing. And on the inhalation, rising up, you can bend the knees if you wish to, lengthening, reaching up, tucking the tailbone under, extending the arms up, and then coming back into the neutral position. Arriving into mountain. If you have your block, then bring it between the legs again. So try to bring it as high as you can. That is more between the inner thighs and the knees. And just establish your position. Tuck the tailbone under. Press all four corners of the feet down. Relax the shoulders. Extend the fingers away. Squeeze the glutes. Tuck the tailbone under so you have the block coming out a little bit. Then transfer the weight to the left leg and then lift the right leg up. You have the option of just keeping the toes on the floor, or if you're okay, lift the right leg up and trying to bring the heel towards the buttocks, and then bring the hands into the prayer position. Breathe and squeeze that block. If you find this really easy, then you can extend the arms up towards the ceiling, rolling the shoulders back into their sockets as well. 5 deep breaths anywhere on this journey. So final position is lifting the leg, extending the arms, but you can be in prayer position or your feet can be the toes touching the floor. Squeeze the glutes to keep your balance and breathe. Exhale, 3. Exhale, 4. Exhale, 5. Bring the hands to the heart. Release that leg. Realign, transferring the weight to the right leg and repeating the same sequence on the other side. Either just bringing the toes back and staying on the floor, squeezing the glutes, that's already enough. Lifting that left heel towards the buttocks. And you have the option of extending the arms as up. Lengthen the top of the head up. Tailbone down, sit bone down. Breathe. Exhale, 3. Exhale, 4. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Bring the hands to the heart. Release the legs. Take your block out. Shake the legs out. Let's just have one more standing posture before we go on the tummy. Come into your wide stance, goddess pose. The toes pointing to the corners of the mat, 45 degrees. And we bending the knees and we're coming down as deep as we feel comfortable. So you can stay quite high with the legs just slightly open, or you can go all the way out and just go deep. Make sure that the hips and the shoulders and the head in alignment, so you're not coming forward or back. Tucking the tailbone under and the knees going the same direction as the toes. Very important for the alignment, so you're opening up the hips. Bring the hands on the thighs, roll the shoulders back, lengthen up here. Inhale, and on the exhalation, bring the right shoulder towards the left knee. Relaxing in here. And then inhale, lengthen up, come back into your neutral position. And exhale, the left shoulder towards the right knee. Come back to the center, lengthen up. Open the shoulders so you have a lovely hip opener in your goddess. And then we're bringing a little bit of shoulder and twist in here as well. So continue with your own breath on the exhalation. Shoulder to the elbow, shoulder to the knee even. Coming back. One more to each side. And keep lengthening the top of the head away from the sit bone. So you have a hip opener, a twist, and a shoulder release. Okay? Coming back into the neutral position. Bring the hands in the cactus arms, 90 degrees, palms facing forward, tucking the tailbone under, lengthening. Inhale, open up, try to bring the shoulder blades together, look up gently. And on the exhalation, bring the palms together. Inhale, open up all the way, open up the chest, look up a little bit, tuck the tailbone under. Exhale, come back with the palms and the elbows and the lower arms touching together. Again, marma points. Inhale, open up the chest, breathe. Exhale, bring the palms together like you're pushing against water. You're squeezing them together one last time. Inhale, open up, look up. Exhale, bring the arms together. And then release the arms. Walk the legs together. And let's make our way down onto the belly. A couple of cobra rolls. So you come down, lengthening the feet away. Hands come in line with the ears. Bring the pelvis hugging the mat. The forehead hugging the mat. And we're gonna come into our cobra rolls. On the inhalation, just lift a little bit and come forward and rise up into your cobra until you feel comfortable. So only come up as high, rolling the shoulders away from the ears, keeping the elbows in. And on the exhalation, rolling down, keeping this length, pressing the top of the feet to the mat. 2 more times. Inhale, slowly come forward first. Activate the core and you're coming up with the upper back. Absolutely relaxed lower back. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, come down. Inhale, slowly rise up. Supporting the lower back with the core. Come up, roll the shoulders back and come up into your cobra. So whatever feels comfortable for you. And staying up here, look up towards the right heel and then back to the center. Look towards the left heel, back to the center. And look towards the right heel, back to the center. And look towards the left heel, back to the center. And exhale, release that all the way. Bring the hands underneath the forehead. Drop the heels out, toes in. And give a little wiggle in the hips maybe. Nice and soft. We're going to continue with the neck release. Lengthen the feet away again, bringing the legs together, resting the hands on the back of the hand. And it's a very simple, gentle practice, but very effective for releasing the neck. Inhale, lift the head a little bit, hovering, and lengthen the top of the head away from the sit bone so you have the longest neck you can imagine. Then on the exhalation, turn your gaze softly towards the right elbow, just until you're allowed. Inhale, bring it back to the center, hover, lengthen the top of the head away from the sit bone. Exhale, release the head back on the hands. Inhale, hover and lengthen. Exhale, gaze towards the left elbow. Inhale, come back and hover. Exhale, release. 2 more times, each direction in with your own breath. Hovering and lengthening first. The exhalation takes you to the gazing to the elbows, lengthening the neck. The inhalation brings you back to the hovering and lengthening. And then on the exhalation, relax. Take your time, synchronize the movement with the breath.
more to each side. And relax the head. You can drop the heels up, toes in, and come into the little wiggle in the hips if you wish to.
Then we're going to come into a chest opener twist. If you have the block, then have the block underneath the head.
We're going to turn onto the right side that the knees are bent and the knees are in line with the hip, and the lower legs are parallel with the long edge of the mat. You have the block underneath the head, relaxing here, and you extending the arms, bringing the palms together, rolling the shoulders back. And on the inhalation, we're going to open up the arm nice and slow, following it with the gaze, and then the gaze can stay towards the ceiling, and we're releasing that hand towards the back of the room. So now, if you figured out that you don't have enough room, I'm going to move a little bit forward because I didn't have room. So with your first practice one, just make sure you have enough room. And when you're opening the arm, you don't have to open up straight away all the way. Just open up until you feel comfortable. Sometimes you feel that one hip feels quite uncomfortable lying on the side. Then just put a blanket underneath as well. So get comfortable. We're going to have 10 breaths with your own, 10 opening of the arm with your own breath. And then we're going to stay there for 5 breaths. So take an inhalation, open up, follow the hand with the gaze, and then the gaze can stay up and release the hand just until it goes. You don't have to put it all the way. And then on the exhalation, bring it back. And think about the breath. The intention is that on the inhalation, you're opening up in the chest and releasing anything in the shoulder blades. If you have a bubble in your hair or any kind of chit-chats maybe you want to take out because that can be not so comfortable. Make the movement nice and soft. So you have a twist going on in the lower back, lower body. And then opening up the arm. That's 3. You may find that you can go deeper and deeper with the arm. That is not the aim. The aim is just to connect the movement to the breath and release breath by breath. 4. Actually, let's just do 5 here and then stay for 5. 5. And then if you feel that you cannot put your hand all the way, then you can either put something underneath there again, or if you feel that your arms are really high, you can continue with the dynamic one. But if you feel that it would be nice to open up in the chest and relax that arm down to the side, and do so. So your aim is to have the hips aligned, that the hips are stacked on top of each other, knees are stacked on top of each other, so you have a twist in the lower body, and your chest is opening, the spine is in this lovely twist. And breathe into it, just surrender into it. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, bring the arms back, nice and slow, gently. And then swapping over to the other side, turning over on your back. Moving to the left side, lining the knees up, extending the arms in front of you, resting the head. And inhale, start to open up, follow your hand with the gaze, and then the gaze can stay up towards the ceiling, relaxing the hand opening. And on the exhalation, bringing it back. Synchronizing the movement in the breath is like an offering of opening your heart. And you're feeling as if very gently peeling away any tension in the shoulders, in the thoracic spine, opening your chest up. If you like this one, you can practice this regularly, especially if you have any tightness in the shoulders, in the thoracic spine. And one of the most effective asanas to release. And then opening up, releasing all the way. If you can, bring both shoulders down, but keep aligning the hips and the knees. You have this lovely opening in the chest. You're welcoming what is coming with open arms. And we can fight it, or we can embrace it. It's not very easy to embrace it sometimes, but actually on the long run it's harder to fight against it all the time. One more deep breath in here. And then bring the arms back. Slowly walk yourself up into an all four again. And release into a child's pose, either with the knees together or the knees wide. You can have the block underneath the forehead, or you can even have the block underneath the sit bones if you feel that your sit bones and your knees are far away from each other. And just surrender here. You can extend the arms forward, but it's all about relaxing here. Just try to bring the forehead to the floor or the block, or you can even build a little tower with the knuckles, that you're massaging that marmot point, the area between the eyebrows, the ajna energy center.
slowly start to rise up and come up into a seated position. Grab your blankets, eye pillows, anything to get ready for the relaxation afterwards. Come into a comfortable seated position. So this little sequence of a breath release technique and the relaxation you can do anytime when you're feeling that you're really just tired or restless and you feel that your energies are not centered in you, but either you expanded your energy too much or you feeling that you either exhausted yourself or you feel that the energy, you don't have your energies all over the place. So when you don't feel that you are in the center, we're going to start with the alternate nostril breathing cleansing technique. It's a cleansing technique that resets the nervous system. You know when your computer doesn't seem to work and you just restart it and everything works again? So this is the exercise for the mind. We are using the channels, the nostrils, which are the mare governor for the Ida and Pingala nadis, the main energy centers of the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. And after we reset the nervous system, we go into a really deep relaxation. So for coming into the alternate nostril breathing, we're going to use the mudra of in the right hand. I know I'm mirroring, so with the right hand. I'm not mirroring here, so it may seem like my left hand, but it's the right. Folding the index and the middle finger into the palm, and we're going to use the thumb and the ring finger to gently close the nostrils, just at the top, so not deviating it, but just softly closing the energy. And we're going to start by closing the left nostril, breathing through the right. Then we're closing the right, letting the left out, exhaling through the left. Then we're inhaling on the left again, close, exhale right, inhale right. So we will always swap before the exhalation. Exhale on one nostril, inhale on that same nostril, swap, exhale, inhale, okay? Just lengthen the spine, nice and soft, very gentle. We're going to do it for about 2 minutes, okay? So close your eyes, or if you don't feel like you want to do it with the hands, you can just start by mentally imagining this flow. Okay, closing the left nostril, inhaling through the right nostril, closing the right, exhale left, inhale left, swap, exhale right, inhale right, swap, exhale left, inhale left, swap, exhale right, inhale right, swap, exhale left, inhale left, swap. Continue in your own time, just remembering to swap before exhalation. next exhalation on the left, relax the mudra, the hand position, and just allow yourself to settle back into your natural rhythm of breath. And now allow yourself to come into Shavasana, laying down on your back, opening the legs about hip distance apart. You can use your block underneath the head. If you have an eye pillow, it's really good with the gentle weight to put pressure on the eyes. Legs about hip distance apart. Arms a comfortable distance away from the body, palms facing upwards to activate the rest and digestive part of the nervous system. Chin tucked in. Just surrender here. Notice the points that are touching the mat and allow yourself to sink into those points, completely surrendering to the ground. Letting your breath be nice and natural, no need to force it, just let it flow in its own rhythm. And allowing yourself to sink in, giving yourself permission to relax here. And as you're sinking into the mat, allow yourself to imagine that you're lying on the beach on the soft sand, and your feet are just gently touching the ocean, which is a perfect temperature for you. And as you're laying here, completely relaxing, you start to inhale through the top of the head, feeling this warmth moving down on the body. And you're exhaling through the feet, letting go of anything that is holding you back, that it's keeping you tight today. And you're allowing the next wave to take it from you and release it into the ocean on the exhalation. Inhale through the top of the head, feel this gentle warmth, this nourishing moving down all through the body, and releasing any negative thoughts, any tiredness, and letting the ocean wash it away through the feet. Continue with this rhythm, and whatever you want to let go of, either a part of your body feeling tight, or you feeling tired, or maybe a thought stuck in your head, just allow on the exhalation to release through the feet, and this warm, beautiful sensation through the feet to be released to the ocean. Hear the waves in your mind's ear. See it with your mind's eye. As all this that you're ready to let go of, that doesn't serve you anymore, you just allow it to be released into the ocean. Feel this gentle tickling through the soles of the feet. Smile into all that and just wave goodbye to them. Continue to breathe through the top of the head, feeling this warmth, this caress through the body, and exhaling through the feet.
feel with each breath you becoming lighter as you releasing your baggage into the ocean. With each breath you becoming more relaxed as you releasing all this tightness into the ocean. Each breath you allow your tired muscles just to relax and be nourished, letting the salt water cleanse it. Stay here, stay with your breath, stay with the intention of being washed through the top of the head, cleanse through the soles of the feet. Any area of your body, any emotion, any thoughts that comes to mind, use the breath and your intention to release it through the feet. When you feel like you've done your cleansing, then just relax in here, enjoying the sound of the ocean, just surrendering, bringing an inner smile, just resting here. If you wish to, you can stay here in deep relaxation. You can even drift off to sleep. Or if you want to come out, allow yourself gentle movements, soft, gradual, awakening the senses really gently and slowly, bringing in movements into the arms and the legs, arriving into the fetal position, bringing the knees in, hugging yourself in here, just allowing yourself to settle here only coming up to a seated position whenever you feel ready, and then use the hands and the elbows to make the spine as supported as possible. Come back into your seated position. Bring the hands to the heart and just listen. Listen to your physical sensations. Listen to the quality of your breath. Listen to the chatter in the mind. And then rub the palms together, creating this lovely heat between the palms. Transfer the heat to the eyes. Let the eyes blink in there, opening them up. And whenever you're ready, bring the fingers away from the eyes with a lovely, lovely massage. And you're ready to take on the word. Thank you for practicing with me today.